Today I'm doing the cheapest Surron upgrade to get more power, more torque, and possibly even more range. In this video I'm going to bypass my battery, install a BAC 4000 controller from Tenzik, and put it to the test. Let's go. I was super nervous about opening up my battery to bypass it, but the whole process ended up being a lot easier than I anticipated. Basically, all you need to do is cut the ground before the BMS, attach 3 more wires, and then attach those to each ground on the individual battery packs. This seriously only took like 10 minutes. I can't believe I put it off for so long. I should have done it right off the bat. Next, I just glued the lead in place so they couldn't get shaken loose, and if something were to touch them, they wouldn't make contact and short the battery. Then you just have to let it dry before resealing it, and that is seriously it. It was so much easier than I thought. Now it's time to install the BAC 4000. I went for the kit from Tenzik because it comes with everything you need, the extensions, the wiring, the brackets, and they have a really cool app to support their product where you can tune different parts of the bike, get customer support. So if you want to check it out, the link in the description will help support the channel. Next step is going to be remove these screws here so you can get access to the plugs that are plugged into the controller right there, you can see. And when you get this far and remove this, your tip over sensor will be right here, and this is a good opportunity to remove that because that will mess you up. Before I attach the controller, I'm going to slide on heat shrink, and then I'm going to attach it to the controller while I can still see the colors here. I tried this mount the other way around at first. I should have just read the instructions, but turns out it just goes down like this and clips right into the original brackets on both sides. And you do need to remove your tip over sensor because it does not work with this controller, which is a good thing because the tip over sensor is always messing you up. The next step was to call Tenzik and have them tune my bike over the air. And this is the main reason why I went with them, because they ask you everything. What size wheel, what size tire, what size sprocket, how heavy are you, what battery, what motor, and they really give you a tune custom to your bike and even your rider preference. I just asked for full torque, full power, as gnarly as you can give me, but I will say this probably won't be for everyone because as you're about to see, it is crazy. First day out putting a range test on the bike. Since we've got that new controller, I've got the mileage going on in my backpack. You can feel so much more power than stock. I asked for the full kind of torquey power band, fastest accelerating throttle curve from Tenzik, and I'm glad that I did. But you definitely want something more mellow if you weren't like balls to the wall constantly or riding it on the road a lot, because it is a little touchy. Oh yeah, Wheeling uphill like that with stock power, forget about it. This thing's just on a 54 tooth too, or 58. It's not even like a 64, 70 something like my other bike, and it feels possibly even more torquey. Oh, great times. Man, the torque hits hard and instantly with this controller. This is another trail I've never made it up with stock power. Acceleration is so much fun now. All right, this is gonna be a fun hill to tackle with this thing. Pretty rocky, pretty bouncy. Pretty clapped out old Surron suspension. Man, even with the stock forks, you just have so much fun on a little Surron. Honestly, like, I have so much fun building these bikes up and everything, but some of the most fun I've had is on like a mostly stock Surron. Just change the back sprocket, get some good pegs, and you're good to go for the most part. Oh, it's my favorite part. This is like the roller coaster line right here. This hill climb I've never done on a Surron with stock power. Okay, well, there you go. We did it with this much power. Had our first malfunction.
On that?
No, I saw your fender on the way up.
Oh, dude.
I'll go grab it. And after an insanely fun, super uphill, full throttle day, we got back to the garage with 20% battery, and that's pretty dang efficient, pretty similar to what the stock battery would have done before it was bypassed. But we wouldn't have made it up those hills without the extra power. We did 2 hours, almost 10 miles, and we did miss a lot of regen opportunities on the way down because the brake broke clean off the mount here. So maybe if we were going as fast downhill as we would have been able to with the confidence of having a front brake, then we would have come down the hill with maybe 22-23% battery. But definitely went hard on her today, and I am pretty stoked. I've ridden this bike a few times now, and I can say that the power delivery is so much better. And even while the battery drains, I even feel like I have more power, say at like 50% than I used to. It just really utilizes it a lot better. And maybe in the long term, I'll be damaging my battery a little bit, but it's worth it because it's such an affordable upgrade and it makes the bike so much more usable in the steep trails. So yeah, I think it's worth doing. I mean, the 72 volt is definitely a lot faster. I think the range is also a lot better, but it costs so much more money. It's really up to you and what you can afford and how much you think you are going to be riding and enjoying your Surron. Next week, we are gonna do the E-Time. I bought the cheapest full-size electric dirt bike from Alibaba. I'll give you a little hint. It is the fastest electric bike I've ever ridden by far, so stick around. The video's already available. You'll see it right there.